guys. It is Thursday as we do this here, and hope you guys are having a great day. Man, it's already almost Friday. How wild is that? Forgive me, I got a hair in my nose. Still a little bit under the weather, and my son is very sick still. So, man, things are tough here in my house. Hope your health is well. Hey, shout out to y'all. Today we're going to be talking about, is prison cheaper than freedom? Oh, God. What an interesting question to pose right there. I want to give a really special shout out to who sent me a prison commissary list. One thing that we're going to use to discuss this, we're going to react to some prices in terms of what they're charging. And this is a very relevant commissary list. It's actually from last year. Newer than any commissary list that I would have. Hey, what's going on, everybody? True Blue, I see you right there. Gordon Flowers, what's going on? Around the Fur, hello to you. Amazing 3DG, a very special shout out to you. Freda, what's going on? Savannah, what's going on? TLS, what's going on? Muddy Visuals, shout out to you, man. To all the channel members, I see you right there. Evan, Michael, what's going on? Everyday Winning, what's going on with you? Yeah, man. Joe's under the weather, and it sucks. Shish Kebab says, Joe, you're hilarious, my guy. I know. And that's what sucks about being sick. I can't. I'm struggling. Filmed me a couple of shorts today, and them shits were ass. And then tried to film me a video for After Prison Show today, and just, man, I was just struggling, man. When I'm sick, man, that sucks. Takes a toll on everything. But we're going to try to make this a great stream right here. So here we are. Lost Method says no GTA, man. Hey, if y'all saw that live stream that we did last night, that shit went in. That gameplay that we're doing is, I mean, it is great. Last night we were cooking meth like Breaking Bad. And, you know, one of our guys might have turned state's witness on us. No telling. But yeah, man, that gameplay is great. Even if you're not a fan of watching or playing video games, you got to check this stuff out. Just give us one stream. That's all I'm asking for. Just give us one stream and then decide after that, because this shit's like watching a TV show. It's like Breaking Bad mixed with Sons of Anarchy, mixed with Prison Break, mixed with taking that shit to a 12. Everyday Winning, what's going on with you? Yo, Joe, what editing program do you use? I'm trying to use Adobe Premiere Pro, but don't know if there's something easier. I would definitely not recommend that editing software. Anytime and every time I'm looking for a video editor, I'm looking for a video editor every day. I got a guy that helps me, and, you know, his availability is the best that it can be. You know, he's got a life too. I've just got so much video to edit that I always need some help. But anyways, anytime that I'm looking for a video editor, if somebody tells me they use Adobe Premiere Pro, I'm like, nah, you're not the guy. Okay, because we're not doing any color grading. We're not making motion pictures over here. CapCut is one that I would definitely recommend. That's like $9 a month. That's a really easy one to use. The split tool kind of sucks on it, but once you got it figured out, I mean, it's good. CapCut's probably the best one that's out there. Very user-friendly. I'm used to Magic Vegas is what I use. They got a monthly subscription, which is $19 a month. But they don't have all the bells and whistles that CapCut does. So for the better bang for your buck is CapCut. Plus, it's easier to use, and you can use it on your phone as well. Kevin says the Urbana property. Yo, what you talking about, Kevin? How you know about an Urbana property? What? Oh, there you go right there. Joe, did you ever see what happened to that flooded flip house you were looking at buying a few years back? It looks wild. Kevin, you haven't seen what that house ended up looking like? I'll talk about that real quick. Yeah, man, that was one that I really wanted to get, but I was scared. I was really scared of that house because it was gutted down to the studs and the floor joist and the ceiling rafters. I don't even remember if there was a price tag on that house. I want to say that we could have got that house for, I think, 150. 150 might have been the price tag. It was waterfront. I mean, not really like, it was a creek, but it was waterfront. I think I did do a video on it, but I'll show it to you real quick if I can find it. I should be able to find it pretty quick. You're going to be amazed. So somebody ended up going and buying that house. They flipped it, and man, they flipped the balls off of that house. I mean, did more than I could have ever done. That house ended up being a beautiful home. You're gonna be impressed when you see this. And it just recently sold. So the crazy thing about it is, it just recently sold, and it's a beautiful home now. Oh. And what else? Something else that I wanted to say about that. Just recently sold, beautiful home. Oh yeah, but like I said, it was $150,000, I think. Maybe it was $175 they wanted for that house. And the amount of money that they put into it, you're talking, I mean, this thing needed full electrical, full HVAC. It was a massive house, 2,800 square feet. I got it right here, man. It just sold in January of this year. And what it sold for was $540,000. And when you see this, you are going to be like, what in the world? I got it pulled up right here. Let me pull up my dual chat. I don't want to watch shorts. Change on over. I'm about to have to come out this jacket, y'all. Can't move my arms. I mean, I can move them, but I can't feel them. Shout out to the 142 up in here. Welcome to this old house. Michael remembered seeing that house. He said it looked amazing. Yeah, I'm going to show it for anybody who don't remember it. I probably ought to pull up the original video, but I'll be able to I'll get to the pictures. All right, so let's go here. Can we do that? All right, brace yourselves, folks. Welcome to 331 Knapp Street. Estimated value $608,000. The house just sold for $540,000, and they had this thing listed for way more than that. I believe the price was, $595,000 is what they wanted, and they ended up settling. They dropped the price by almost 10%. They sold it for $540,000. Now, mind you, they bought it for, when did they buy it? Let's get some more pricing information. They bought it for $108,000. It was listed for $95,000 and then $139,900, and they got it for $108,000, and then they tried to sell it for $650,000, and they ended up selling it for they tried to sell it for $650,000. Look at that. $650,000. They dropped the price to $639,000. They dropped the price to $595,000. And they finally ended up selling it for $540,000. Folks, that is $100,000 less than what that house should have sold for. Shoulda, coulda, woulda, it didn't. And wait until you see the inside of this thing. It's freaking beautiful. Look at this Trex decks all over this thing. Beautiful back door right here. Beautiful deck. Really nice composite decking right there. The inside of this thing, vaulted ceilings. I mean, gorgeous. A freaking gorgeous home. Look at all that natural light. We've got the recessed lighting in there. And just the finishes that they used. Nice LVP throughout. The finishes that they used in this house, unbelievable. Beautiful light fixtures. Look at this. We got a bunch of tile backsplash here. Let's get to the good stuff. Let's get to the kitchen. The kitchen was amazing. That's pretty fancy right there. I guess that's where your TV goes. Okay. I don't know how you're going to get a TV mount on that, but all right, we got a nice kitchen right here. Beautiful kitchen. Look at this green granite. Like, I don't even know where you get green granite from on the island with the white. It might be quartz. White quartz over here, green quartz over here. Beautiful hood range. I mean, range hood. Nice tile backsplash. We got this little, what you call that thing on the toilet? What's that thing called? The loofah? What's that French word that washes your ass? We got one of those on the stove right here. And what is that? Is that a faucet? in case your stove catches on fire. Oh, no, that's a faucet. So you ain't even got to walk over to the sink. When you're rich, you don't walk over to the sink to fill up your water to make you spaghetti. You do it right there at the stove top. Yeah, I guarantee you that's what that is right there. Some sort of a water spigot, right? That's what that is. That's a water spigot. It's got to be, man. A bidet, that's what it is. A bidet. Yeah. That shit'll make you bidet for real. Make you forget where you came from. You know, I say that the finishes are really fancy in here, but they're not. This faucet set comes from Amazon. All they did was put a little wood trim around this little build out for this range hood. That's fancy. That tile backsplash is pretty fancy. But we go up into these corners right here, and it gets a little shaky right in there. But it is a beautiful home, and, you know, it should have sold for $650,000. I mean, look at this. Look at this. This thing got more rooms than a little bit. That's an ass load of house to be flipping right there. And to take a $100,000 price cut, you're just trying to get out from under it at that point. By the time you pay all them closing costs, I mean, how much did y'all really make off of this? And that's the shit that really could screw you up. This house was beautiful. I mean, it's beautiful. Look at this. It came out beautiful. But it didn't even have a freaking driveway. You had to like go through somebody's side yard, down a little freaking, through a hollow to get to the house. Prison Update says, is this the new APS home? No, not at all. This is a house that I almost bought a couple of years ago to flip. Somebody was asking if I had an update about it, and I shared this before, like somebody bought it and flipped it. They might have lost money on it, to be honest, but it came out beautiful. I think this thing was a 6-bedroom, 4-bedroom, 3.5 bath, almost 3,000 square feet. This house seemed a lot bigger than that. It seemed like a freaking compound. Like, they must not be counting every room as a bedroom because maybe there's not a closet is what it is. But this thing got more rooms than a little bit. Flex rooms is what you refer to those rooms as. Look at that. That deck alone. That deck alone is going to cost you $20,000 or $30,000. I mean, way more than that. Way more than that. Maybe $60,000 maybe. Better be doing that shit yourself. Yeah, man. So anyway, just wanted to share that real quick. What we got going on? Everyday winning. What's going on? This one that had only floor joist in the pool. No, that house sold too. I really wanted that house. That house had a guest house, and they only wanted $75,000 for that damn house. That house was the shit. But that was another house that was way out yonder. See, this house that I just showed you, way out yonder. Everyday Winning says that's a pot filler. Yeah, that's what I figured it was. I call it a bidet, though. A bidet. Shout out to Relock being up in here. Redskin Chris, shout out to you guys, man. I appreciate y'all being here to help moderate this thing, man. Means a lot having y'all. The house that had the pool and the guest house, I really wanted that house, but it was in the middle of freaking nowhere. It was actually right down the street from the Seedy Motel and bookstore. And they wanted $75,000 for it. I'll never forget talking to my realtor on the phone. I was doing the landscape job still during that time. And I was like, yo, tell them people I'll give them $50,000 right now. Take it or leave it. He was like, but Joe, they got an offer for $75,000. I said, no, they don't. Ain't nobody gonna buy that. Somebody bought it. Joe didn't know what he was talking about, like most things in life. Hey, Brandon, what's going on? Long time, man. I see you right there. Aaron says, have you flipped any houses? If so, can we see the pictures of the before and after? Check out Joe Does Stuff. I flipped 4 houses, start to finish. 4 houses. And I've shown them on here a million times. I did 2 identical houses. I did a big ass house. And then my last house was like a little 1,000 square feet. Wasn't much. I think they were trying to sell that house just recently, as a matter of fact. Carl says, Joe, it just cost me 1,250 pounds, which is, I think, about $1 million in US dollars, because a US dollar ain't worth shit in comparison to a pound, to have a small bedroom painted. Did you provide the paint? Probably not for that price. Tom Jones says Flip 3 was the best house. It was. That house came out really good. A funny thing about Flip 3, I'll never forget that. I'll show you that house. I probably still got it here. Oh, there's the house right here with the pool. Check this out. This is the house y'all were just talking about. Right here. I wanted this house so damn bad. They're telling me it's worth $174,000 right now, which it probably is. I don't know if the people bought it and are flipping it. They can't have been because I mean, look at this thing. It was out in the freaking boonies, man. Like, you had a little freaking gravel road that you had to go down to get to this damn thing. It was over here. This is the neighbor's house. It was over here. So we got to backtrack a little bit. There it is. Yeah, man. It had a garage, which was right back there. There's the garage back there. And then way back there. Yeah, they're not going to have all the pictures of this. So I wanted this house. They wanted $75,000 for it. I tried to offer them $50,000. But this house had this whole house, had the whole garage, had a guest house, and a massive freaking pool. The inside of this house looked like, I mean, it needed everything. It wasn't in horrible condition, but it was so freaking dated. The ceilings in this house were really low. I remember that. This is the garage. They're not showing you the entire garage because the rest... No, wait. This is not the garage. This is the guest house. The guest house was a party house. I remember that. I had to break into the guest house. I couldn't get in it. See, it had a bar in the guest house and a dance floor. I mean, they was getting down. This was a little bootlegger spot, little underground bar. It had to be. And what they won't show you is the pool. You know what? I'll show it to you. Oh, shit, I'm going to the wrong thing. We're supposed to be talking about, is it cheaper to be in prison than be a free person? We're going to be talking about that in just a little bit. Joe, what? What was the video? Crack Shack Motel. Crack Shack. I almost bought a Crack Shack Motel. Crack Shack. No, seedy motel. Motel. Let's just go with motel. That time I almost bought a condemned... Nope, that's not it. Exploring an abandoned motel we're thinking about buying. That was the video. Yo, check out Joe Does Stuff. My videos over there, they hit pretty hard. All right, let's go to this video real quick. We'll do a little... how about we react to one YouTube channel from another one? Let's do that. All right, so it all started out where I was getting ready to buy this condemned motel. And there was somebody walking by right. All right. We were talking. So, boom, we pull up. Still talking. You don't need to hear Joe talking. Look at the little young whippersnapper Joe. Real estate Mongol at this point. Things were way better for me back then, I tell you what. So here's the motel right here. I wanted to buy this and turn this into an Airbnb, a themed room Airbnb. This thing has since been demolished. They wanted $150,000. They were going to let you come in and buy this for that price, knowing full good and well they were going to tear this bitch down. The county was tearing this thing down, and there weren't nothing you were going to be able to do about it. The adult video store was right next door. We went undercover to that place. Turns out that's the Bang Bang Room. Welcome to the Medley Inn Motel. You know the sign still stands there, but there's nothing but a parking lot there. Yeah, man, you couldn't tell Joe nothing. I was like Ty Lopez right here. That's how I was feeling. I was like, yeah, we're going to put a pool in here, and we're going to turn this into a themed Airbnb room. Place. So think about this. You could come stay in a trap house or a murder room. I mean, this shit would have done numbers if it was up to par and it could have been done, you know, but it wasn't up to par and it had a lot of problems. And, yeah, it was just a shithole. But let's fast forward from here because we would end up leaving here. All the HVAC units had been stolen out of this place. This is us behind there. People were probably living in there. Easy access, just crawl through the back. There's Ty Lopez right there. You couldn't tell Joe shit. Fresh haircut. That was back before my hair was falling out. But then we ended up going here. And this is the house that we were just looking at. So wait till you see this thing in real time. This is great. So there it is. We're pulling up to it. And I wanted this thing bad. Now, it doesn't look like much from the front. And again, it's in an area that's not... this is like a $500,000-$600,000 house if it's anywhere else except for where it is. Where it is, it might as well be in frickin' Hobank, Mississippi somewhere. Frickin' where shit don't cost nothing. So, little shithole house. Nice little house. Window units, which lets me know we got no HVAC in this bitch at all. But no big deal. Okay? Forget this part of the house. Like this shit don't even matter. It's what's back here that's important. There's the garage over there. We're getting ready to go check that out. Oh, it's on septic too. That was another thing that scared the shit out of me about this. If a house has septic problems, you're looking at an easy, $30,000. You got to replace a septic system. That actually scared me off of a couple of houses. So here we go. We're going to go into frickin' 1900 Rugrats music studio. If you don't watch TikTok, you have no idea who I'm talking about. A lot of stuff going on up in here. But yeah, man, this is every little frickin' white rapper dude's frickin' hangout from TikTok. Let's go up in here and watch all the gang fucking stuff spray painted on the walls. I was actually a little bit worried walking in here. There we go. What we got? We got the Bryson boys up in here, Mason, and, they got some rules, the set rules right there. We got, whatever's going on up in here, man. This was the garage. Could have been a biker gang that lived here. I don't know. And I know that none of this really seems like much. WP says $500,000-$600,000 for what? For that? You haven't seen half of this yet. Okay, decent size, 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom house is what we were just looking at. Got a big ass garage right here, but we haven't even gotten to the fact that this bitch. Look, the Wakefield boys. There we go. There they go, right there. We got all the little frickin' the hearts and diamonds and spades. Oh my! All right, let's go ahead and look at the rest of this thing. And I'm talking about an after repair value. So we're going into the backyard. Look, we got the steel reserve. Yep. Them TikTok boys were hanging out in here. All right, here we go. I didn't even know this was here. I'm walking to the back because I see this house and I'm like, yo, what is this right over here? What is this fenced in area? And then I go over here, folks. And I'm like, yo, that's crazy. This wasn't even advertised. They wasn't even advertising for this. All this damn property. Could you imagine cutting this grass? You're going to spend $1,000 just to get the yard right for the first time in a long time. Here we go. There it is. We got the ramp leading up to this money. Beware of the dog. Oh, shit. What they got going on over here? Look at this massive Olympic-sized freaking swimming pool that was at this house that has been turned into a freaking junkyard. Now, it's going to cost too much money to try to fix this pool, so what was being discussed was just filling it in. We got eggs and steel reserve and lots of steel reserve in there. There's probably a body in there. That canoe, I should have took that with me as a souvenir. That's a big-ass pool, man. Right outside of a freaking entire guest house. Big-ass house over there, big-ass garage, big-ass pool. And I'm standing right in front of a freaking guest house, which is right here, that we couldn't get in. I don't think I got in it this day. I think I came back another day to get in. This pool would have cost $50,000 to get right. Look at this. We got a toilet just sitting here. Look at that little baby dumbass water heater. That's a pancake. That's a Jolly Rancher water heater. I got in here. I know I had to break in. I wonder if I do it right here. Let's commit crime. I was trying to get in. I'm walking all around this place. How do I get in? I wasn't leaving this I know I got in here. Anyways, this was a full-fledged bar, dance floor. They probably had a club at this joint. They probably had a club. Yeah, I don't think I got in here. You know, Joe ain't know much. My dumb ass is looking at freaking lead paint. I'm like, yep, you know. All we got to do is just slap some lipstick on this pig and call it a day. Whoever bought this, I'd be curious to go knock on their door and ask them if I can explore. Can I take a look around? I'd like to see what you did with the pool. Did y'all fill that in? You had to have. All right, enough about houses, y'all. That's not what this is about. We've only got 220 people up in here. People probably clicked on this saying, wait a minute, I don't watch Joe Does Stuff. I be watching After Prison Show. Bill, what's going on? Bill, I had an interview today for painting and used terms you have said in your videos, and even though I ain't know shit about it, I appreciate you. Wish me luck. What terms did you use, Bill Burr? I'd be curious to know. I'm going to tell you what I'm getting ready to do. I think I'm getting ready to go undercover to my, it's not even my biggest competitor anymore. It's the biggest apartment painter in the area. I'm going to go undercover and see if I can get a job putting the fries in the bag, bro, working for the biggest apartment painter in the local area, doing crackhead work at crackhead prices. I just want to see what they're paying. I want to see what the expectation is. It's gotta be low and low. Low pay, low expectations. Would you go do a job that was low pay for low expectations? I mean, that's basically like getting paid to do not too much. Con says, no, Joe, you had bad ideas. I always had bad ideas. Tom says, I miss the good old days of Joe Does Stuff with flipping houses. Sad that Biden destroyed the economy. Well, Kamala's going to build us back, okay? She's going to get us back on track. I don't know if you saw the Fox News interview she did last night. Absolutely prolific. Prolific. All right, anyways, hey, is it more expensive to be a free person than to live in prison? Folks, let's go ahead and talk about the title of this live stream. We probably missed the mark. We probably should have done that way earlier because by this point, we've probably lost everybody who would have clicked on this for that title. Okay. And forgive me, y'all, I'm still a little sick. Oh, I had it pulled up. There it is right there. All right, so what can I do with this? I guess I can save this like that. Do I get both pages or just one page? Let me open it and see what it does. I get both pages. All right. So how do I want to do this? I guess I can do it like how I was going to do it. Folks, let's talk about, I was waiting for the political jokes to catch up. Khan says yes, talking about Kamala. Oh my God, I got to tell you the craziest freaking thing that I saw this morning, man. I got to tell you this shit threw me, man. So what I didn't realize was I live in a heavily Democratic area. And look, no disrespect to your political stance. I just don't swing that way, you know? It's not me. I'm not that guy. All right. I'm voting Trump 2024. I'm not telling you that that's what y'all should do, but I know a lot of people are. Okay. And I'm going to vote for the first time in my entire life. I'm making a freaking monster video. I'm hiring a camera crew to follow me around like that movie Along Came Polly when dude was trying to convince everybody he was on a reality show. I'm going to make a monster spectacle of this. Okay. I am casting my ballot. It means more this time than it ever has before. I'm outside this morning, and my neighbors, forget them. They don't like me, whatever, but no disrespect to them. But they got, their political stuff. They've got this really unique Harry, whatever the thing, Waltz sign in front of, like with a cat on it. I don't know what the cat represents, but they got this political sign with a cat on it. And, whatever. You fly your flags, you fly your signs, whatever. You're within your parameter to do so. But these people were walking by this morning. Me and my guy, we're doing a bunch of work at my house, so we were getting some things out of the van. And these people were walking by, and they were like, oh, I want to take a picture of that. And I didn't know what they were talking about, so I turn around. They're talking about the political sign. So it's a husband and wife, and the lady wants to get in front of the sign and take a picture with it. And I'm just trying my damnedest to not react, right? Because I think it's, to me personally, I'm just trying to not react. Like, this is preposterous. We're taking a picture in front of a political sign, whatever. Obviously, it's a very politically charged area. I mean, it's, had I known that before I moved here, would it have affected where I moved to? And then I think to myself, could I afford to move somewhere like else? Like, I think about all these weird things. Does price come into play, And let me rephrase that. Like, obviously what Kamala is trying to gear herself towards is black men. Now we've got Charlemagne the God as her number one ally to talk about black. He didn't like her. He did not like her at all. There was a video of him talking about the fact that he was not going to endorse her. But now he's her number one political alliance. And I think to myself, I'm like, I wonder how much money they paid, dude. Just what I'm thinking, right? But obviously they're talking about the fact that they're going to give, these loans to black men. We're going to give them $20,000 a piece if you go vote for us. This shit is wild, right? I'm like, holy shit, this is crazy, crazy shit. But, yeah, man, people were walking by taking pictures in front of signs and shit. So I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I should get a sign. Anyways, sorry about that. Shout out to you, whatever your political alliance is. So, again, I don't want to make it a nasty thing. It's already nasty enough the way that it is. But, whatever. Let's go ahead and talk about, is it cheaper to be in prison than to be a free person? And this is going to spawn another topic as well. Like, is it better to be in prison than to be free? I mean, think about it. Look at the way some of these prisoners are living these days. Cell phones, cells decked out. If you follow any of the shorts that I do here on After Prison Show, I really try to showcase some of the wild cockamamie shit these prisoners have. Full gaming PCs and gaming control. Shit. We live in a society nowadays where it's basically, it's a wild place, man. You got no bills. No responsibilities. The only responsibility you have being in prison is staying alive. Okay? Luke says, keep two things at home, your sex life and politics. See, I know who you're voting for saying that. But again, like I said, no disrespect. It is a very important thing. It's important to me. I just felt it was important to mention it. And you know what? There's a fair amount of people here who feel the same way as I do, probably more than who don't. And then there's a fair amount of people who feel opposite. And I respect you for however you feel. And I respect that statement as well, too. But I am also a social media Mongol. Influencer is not even a strong enough term to describe me. I'm like fucking, to put it mildly, God, like the frickin', the Tom Hanks, Steven Spielberg of this shit. And that's barely even scratching the surface. What Steven Spielberg brought to the entertainment industry is only a fucking, it's a drop in a puddle in comparison to what I've done. I'm kidding. Let me stop. Hey, that's the Mucinex talking, okay? The sleep guy says, what's so great about Trump? Well, I'll say this. I'll say that, he was a president for 4 years. And during that time, we didn't have the problems that we currently do. Now, I will also say that he is not without faults. He does talk too much and stirs the pot. I don't think that he's the greatest person in the world, but I know what the country was like during his presidency. And I know what the country is like during Kamala's, because she's currently the president right now. Isn't she? She is, right? I mean, I'm not just pulling this out of my ass. I mean, freaking. See, I won't even say the whole he's not Kamala thing. Because that's what people say about Trump. Well, the last people, they'll be like, well, what do you like about Kamala? Well, she's not Trump. And see, I don't agree with that, okay? Because I know that there's plenty of people who just hate the guy. They hate him because they think, whatever, he's this terrible person. And January 6th was a horrible situation that got really screwed up and people got killed in that situation. I don't agree with that at all. All right. I think that there definitely should have been some addressing of that. But, and again, that's just my opinion, but she's got to be the one running the show right now. And if you think that she's not, and it's either Joe Biden or somebody else is, well, then what's it going to be like when she's the president? You think she's going to be calling the shots? Because now we're admitting the fact that something else is going on entirely. Oh, man. Sorry. Hey, I'm Mark Dice over here, okay? It's just my opinion. And again, like I said, I got family that is, some of my family is very Democratic. And again, no disrespect to you for whatever your view is. That's why we live in a democracy where you've got the ability to try to make some change. I've never had the ability to do that. Never cared, but I got a son to think about now. I'm done. I'm done talking about it. I'm done. That's it. D. Hartgroves, you seem like the type that would vote for P. Woe Vicky. Didn't want to call you on that punctuation right there, but I've seen you around for long enough to know that matters to you. I know you. I know you for a long time. Sometimes you're here, sometimes you're there. I've seen you in Tom's comments. I'm everywhere. Don't ever forget that. All right, let's go ahead and move on, folks. Is it better to be a prisoner? I just keep trying to spin this shit, just twist the knife a little bit more. Should we all go commit crime and just get locked up right now and forget all of our worldly obligations? I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Yo, dog, bro, please get to the point, please. We're just going to talk about some commissary shit. All right, let's run it. Let's do it for Yo, dog. We've got the United States Penitentiary Atwater, California commissary shopping list. Folks, I thought about titling this Prison Commissary List Revealed. Item price, quantity allowed per prisoner, ASMR NPC. Additional 1 ounce stamp, 24 cents. Is it cheaper to buy a stamp in the federal prison system knowing that the feds run the postal service as well? All right, anyways, let's go to some interesting things on this list. The electronics. Now, this is going to be interesting to me because when I was serving time, back when serving time was serving time, in the federal system, prisoners could not have their own personal TVs, but this list comes to us from 2023. And right here, I don't know if you guys can even see this list. I might have to try to zoom in on this. Can I zoom in on it? Oh, I can. Hover over the item. What did the zoom do? What the? Oh, you son of a bitch. Anyways, you probably can't see this, so I'll just tell it to you. You can now buy a 7-inch tablet for $131. You can buy a radio. Now, a radio is really important in the federal system because, again, you can't have personal TVs. You couldn't while I was serving time. But you could have your personal radio, and you needed that because that was how you watched TV. You had to have the headphones. Had to have the headphones. If you didn't have headphones, you were learning how to read lips. I don't know if that's still a thing in the federal system, that is. We got the beef jalapeno summer sausage, $2.30. I guarantee you that thing cheaper than what it costs in Walmart right now. Control Plus. Thank you, guys. Oh, man, you guys are freaking computer hackers. Look at y'all. Look at y'all. Can we? Oh, my God. Look at that. Look at it. A 12-pack of Pepsi, $6.40, folks. Let me go ahead and pull up. We're going to do this right now. If we determine that it's cheaper to be in prison than it is to be in the free world, I highly advocate let's all go commit a crime, get locked up today. Let's go back. You've got these political campaigns, build back better. Forget all that. Go back today. You don't like it? Go back today. Go back to where you came. Well, I came from prison. You want me to go back there? That's what people tell me all the time anyways. Shout out to y'all, man. All right, we're going to pull up Walmart. Everybody's got a Walmart. I don't care where you're at. You got Walmart. So we're going to compare the prices on this commissary sheet to frickin' Walmart. What were we just looking at? Let me have Walmart pulled up. So, oh my God, it didn't keep the zoom. That's crazy. It didn't do that. So we were talking about a 12-pack Pepsi Max, $6.40 in prison. Let's compare that to Walmart. Run that shit. I guess I can turn this thing back on too. 12-pack Pepsi. 12-pack Pepsi. Oh my God. Where's the P at? The P. Pelosi? 12-pack Pepsi in Walmart right now, folks. That joint is $6. It's on sale. It's on sale because it's normally $7 and it's normally $7.48. Are you hearing what I'm telling you, folks? It is cheaper to buy you a 12-pack of Pepsi in prison, okay? $6.40 in prison, but Walmart got that shit on sale right now for 8 cents more. That shit's on sale. This is a major myth being debunked right here. Shit in prison is so expensive. No, shit in jails is so expensive. Shit in prison is actually sensible. The crazy thing is they just don't pay you enough. You get paid pennies on the dollar to do whatever job you're doing if you're getting paid at all. Okay, that's why the prices don't add up right. That's crazy, man. Khan says, I'd rather be free and poor, Joe. You are going to dazzle me with your fancy mathematics. You're not going to dazzle me with your fancy. I think that I can, though. I think I can heavily influence your vote. And I think, look, for the longest time, I've convinced and helped people stay out of prison. It might be time to turn over a new leaf. I'm kidding about all of that, okay? But this is kind of crazy to us to realize that a 12-pack of Pepsi is $7.48. Now, I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. But should I do it? Should I go there? Should I go there? I will go there. I have to. I have to go there. Folks, the commissary list that I'm looking at is 1 year old. 1 year old. That may not seem important to some, but it's an election year, for God's sake. So we have to mention the fact that it is actually cheaper a year ago it was. Have these prices gone up in prison? Have the prices gone up in prison, though? For the sake of argument, we have to say that they have. I'm not even going to try to spin it and say that they probably haven't. They probably have. Okay? But it is crazy to think that in a year, I wonder if we could do like a price comparison of, there's got to be a way to do that. What did stuff cost a year ago versus today? What did stuff cost a year ago compared to today? Anyways, we're just going to keep going with our list. Photo tickets, you can get 10 photo tickets. Now, this is crazy. They're only $1 for photo tickets in the federal system. That's insanity to me, because when I was in serving time, I got out in 2015. When I was serving time, photo tickets were $2 a piece. And now you're getting photos for $1. Now, I don't know if you actually get physical copies of those photos, or if those photos just go to an email and, hey, you can send those digital. I got to believe that that's probably what that is. Because they're getting rid of physical mail altogether. They may not have done it entirely yet, but they're working on it. We're not going to go through every item, but we'll go through some items that definitely matter. We'll go through some items that definitely matter. They've got the peanut butter squeezes, so you can't even get a full jar of peanut butter. But the squeezed peanut butter, and you can order 14 of those. They're 50 cents a piece. That's a very reasonable price right there. The refried beans, seems like a single serving of those. Those are $1.75. You can get 14 of those. The carnitas shredded pork, that joint is $5.20. If you're making a meal with that, hey, that's a boss meal. Here we go. Ramen noodle soups, 50 cents. 50 cents. Out in the grocery store right now, them shits are about 33 cents a piece. So, you know what? They're way cheaper in the free world than they are in prison. Maybe because of the fact that ramen noodle soups are the number one seller in prison and jail. You know, that's what they're going to mark up. You know, they're making damn near what? They're making about 20 cents off of every noodle. Imagine how many ramen noodles are purchased per month in any given jail or prison. How many do you think that it is? It's got to be thousands. Thousands of them. Tens of thousands. Jesus Christ. I'm trying to get over being sick, but the fact of the matter is I feel like I'm just getting sicker. I hate that. Got it says this channel deserves more views. It does. I won't disagree with that, but you know, the envelope has been pushed so far, and I'm not just talking about with prison content. I'm talking about with content in general. Folks, I have been fascinated with Twitter as of late, and not because of any kind of political shit, but because Twitter has literally become like live leaks. That's what it is. Twitter is the worst of the internet, the worst of the misinformation, and the worst of just horrendous videos of people losing their lives, of just crazy stuff. There's a video, there's a content creator. He's not on YouTube. He's on TikTok. I've seen him on TikTok, and he's definitely on Twitter. And this guy literally, I gotta stop this real quick. This guy literally, I can't even show it to you here because it's the worst shit that I've ever seen. He goes on those sites like Omegle, and he just goes in on people for man, it's hard to explain it, right? Like, he's very racist. He's wide open with it. The first video I ever saw of this guy, he dresses up as like a gay guy. He acts like a gay dude, but he's not. And the first video I ever saw was on TikTok, and he was talking to some Mexican woman, and he was making fun of her for being like a little bit heavyset. And I mean, he went in with the rhetoric, and I mean, it was crazy, man. It was crazy. So he's on like some other site, and I don't even know what that site is. I don't even know if he's on Twitter for sure. And what he tries to do is he tries to cancel himself. Like, he just spinning that shit well, like exposing this racist. And it's him. He does, like, it's wild as shit. I ain't never seen nothing like that. So when I say that we have become desensitized to content, a prison story don't even, like, oh, wow. It'll be a 1 in 100 prison story that's really going to do something because we become so desensitized to content. It's crazy. Yeah, Cue Ball, you saw that. Yeah. I mean, it's just wild. Budman says, X is the only social media I use outside of YouTube. That's scary to think about. I mean, it really is. And I'm not saying that there's not, good information on Twitter, but it is completely, like, it's the weirdest thing. I'll see a post. It'll be a post talking about just anything. And then you go to the comments, and every single comment is an OnlyFans girl trying to get you to come look at her profile. Like, we are living in desperate times, folks, all the way around the board. And a lot of it is probably heavily to do with social media. Heavily to do with social media. Crazy shit, man. Crazy shit. No, it wasn't even Rumble. He's too much for Rumble. Like, this dude's crazy, man. All right, anyways, moving on. What else do we got? What else can we get in the feds? The Tito's hot pickle? $1 for the hot pickle. Good money. So you can make you a mean prison meal up in here. You can get the soy sauce, the mayo, the honey. Ooh. You know what video I never got a chance to make? I was going through my phone, I think yesterday, and I take notes in my phone. I've been doing that forever. My notes go all the way back to 2017. 2017 is 7 years ago. 2017 was also the height of After Prison Show. So some of these notes are like video ideas, and one of the video ideas I had was how to make barbecue sauce in prison and the different sauce concoctions that dudes would make. You mix the syrup pack with the ketchup and the mustard. Like, you're making you some Chick-fil-A sauce in prison. Shit was wild. Prison Update says, was he on Grindr? I don't know what he was on. I think he just had a website, to be honest. But I don't know. I'm not that hip to all the crazy new social medias that are out there. It's probably like some 4chan type of shit, whatever the next one of those is. Yeah, the sauce videos would be dope, man. So you get the minced onions, the minced garlic, the ranch dressing packs. And you know what a lot of the sauces that you could make in prison are? Is just experimenting. I used to experiment in prison. No diddy. But I did. And what I used to experiment with was my coffee. Am I even still showing the list? I don't think that I am, but I'm glad that I'm not because it doesn't matter. When I was in the jail, coffee in prison is one of the biggest things, right? Besides a ramen noodle soup, it's going to be your coffee. If you're talking about legal things that you could have. Illegal things, drugs and flicks are number one above all else. But with the coffee, you're always experimenting with the coffee. You're always trying to make Starbucks in prison. You want that coffee just to be a little bit sweeter. And if you don't have a sweetener, because a box of sweeteners, how much are they? Because they sell them here. I know they do. We haven't even gotten to their coffee yet. All right, let's keep going down. Miscellaneous hygiene. Ooh, we got a lot of stuff to talk about on here. I'll share it. I don't need to share it with you yet. Damn, can you not get coffee? Beverages. Coffee, Keefy. Woo! $3.45 a bag. That's pretty cheap. Pretty cheap. Okay, there it is. There's your sweeteners right there. A box of sweetener. Oh, wait. Maybe this is like a jar or a can of sweetener. $1.95. Because that seems very cheap. I remember the sweetener boxes costing well over $2. About $2.50. Not everybody got enough money to be buying sweeteners, man. You got to get what you need. You need soups, you need coffee, you need hygiene. You need to get those three things, and definitely not in that order. Probably that order backwards. Hygiene, coffee, soups. You need to get it like that. So if you ain't got the money, you ain't getting no sweeteners. So you're looking for unorthodox methods of sweetening your coffee. I remember taking the syrup from the syrup tray, putting that in my coffee. Taking an atomic fireball, crushing that up, putting that in my coffee, mixed with a little butterscotch candy. Man, that shit was like a caramel macchiato right there. That shit was like a peppermint mocha cappuccino right there, man, at Christmas time. Yeah, man. But again, experimenting. I'll tell you one of the nastiest damn things I ever put in the coffee, and I don't know why I did it, thinking that shit was going to be good. My dumb ass put some peanut butter in the coffee. Now, again, all I was trying to do was sweeten the coffee, level up my coffee game. But peanut butter and coffee don't mix. And in fact, the concoction that you end up coming up with when you drink that shit is straight to the toilet bowl. Hey man, you constipated in prison? Go put you a little shot of some peanut butter and some coffee. And see what that shit do to them guts. See what that do. You know what I didn't never do? Jax, what's going on with you over here on the Twitch side? Sorry. I'll be honest. I didn't even turn Twitch on at all till literally right now. I was going to try to act like I had it on the whole time and just try to be like incognito with shouting people out. But I try to shout everybody out on the Twitch side. We got some really good supporters over on the Twitch side. Silverside Bro, what's going on with you? Shout out to you. Chambers, what's going on with you? Shout out to you. I'm way behind over here. We're talking about politics still. Raining again, what's going on with you? Joe, you're a piece of shit. Kamala 2025. I'm kidding. I'm making up comments. Oh, man, what's going on? I love putting peanut butter on bread and dipping it in coffee. Disgusting. Disgusting. But, to each their own. Silverside Bro says Mountain Dew over everything. That's another thing. Take you a little Pepsi, a little soda. Now, we couldn't get this in the jail. But in prison, you make you a speedball. I literally just made that up. I mean, literally, that's all you have to do. Just make it up. But what was it called, man? Oh, my God, man. I'm going to have to go back to remember this. There was a drink that dudes were making in prison. Mixing the coffee and the soda. Ah, man, I can't remember the name of that shit. I think that dude, DeBreezy, sorry if I'm mispronouncing. I'm pretty sure he's made a video on that too. In Virginia, it's called something totally different. He was in California where he served time at. And in Virginia, they were calling that shit like a Ciroc or some wild ass shit. But yeah, man, mixing with your coffee. We couldn't get Red Bulls. No, we couldn't get those. Phil, what's going on? Couldn't have said it better myself. Shout out to you, man. Appreciate you being up in here. Ooh, that's a bill collector calling about something, I'm sure. How about what's going on with you, man? Shout out to y'all. Appreciate y'all being up in here. As soon as I come over to the Twitch side, we lose 4 people. And that's big considering we ain't got but 14 over there. PB, shout out to you, man. I like that dude, man. He makes cool videos. And there's nobody that I don't like. Let me say that. I don't want that to come across the wrong way. But you know what I like about the DPZ dude? Is the fact that he is so good at making those videos, incorporating a skit with a freaking cooking video and doing it in 60 seconds. When I started learning how to make short, and I still don't know how to make a short. I cannot film a short on my phone. I can't do it. I got to have a camera. I got to have a microphone. I got to have my phone on another tripod. And I got to film a 10-minute video and edit that bitch down to 60 seconds. That's how I do a short. Jen Kim, what's going on with you? Shout out to you. How much do we need to raise to have you drink a 32-ounce PB and coffee smoothie? a lot. And I'm not even going to, act greedy about it, but I'm going to need a lot, man. I'll do it. There ain't much that I won't do for the views, and I think that that's a pretty good idea right there. We're already considering right now a 24-hour live stream of the gameplay, and that is literally dedicated to one fan of the gameplay. There's a guy that likes that gameplay so much, and he shows a lot of love for the gameplay, and he wants to see a 24-hour stream. And I want to try to give it to him. But to do something like that, Jin Kim, I'm going to let you know right now, it's not just the money. Can you put a price tag on a shitty pair of drawers? Name another content creator. I don't even give a damn about a prison content creator. Prison genre, forget all that. Name another that's going to sit up here on a live stream and shit they pants for you. I'd do it. I'd do it. Joe, go put the fries in the bag, bro. No, I think I've got a better idea. And Jin Kim just gave it to me. I am going to shit my pants on a live stream for all of you. Clip it, zoom in on the facial expressions. Make it happen. Gosh almighty, man. I know you're a bill collector. And I know who you're calling from, too. I can't answer it. I can't be embarrassed like that. That would be bad. Lord Bullet says you've hit rock bottom, Ella. Have I, though? I mean, look at the likes of the top content creators out there right now. We have the likes of a Joshua Block, a Daniel Larson, who probably, he's irrelevant right now. He's literally been wiped off the face of the planet by a Lieutenant Dan. Okay? These are who you are pitting yourselves up against. Those are the type of views you're pitting yourselves up against. I don't know that I would do, and here's the crazy thing, man. Now you're playing with my health. So it would have to be a lot. What if I did the Coffee Man Challenge? I've thought about trying to do that on a live stream, drinking an entire bag of freaking instant coffee. That seems very risky. Coffee Man did it, but he was a coffee junkie. I don't know that I could do it. McFly, $4.99 for the PB coffee smoothie. I will do that, though. I'll do that. That's not as intense as what I just proposed. I couldn't do that. Fitz says Larson is in federal prison. No, I thought he got released. Thoughts on Mr. Based? I don't know what happened in that situation. I'm pretty sure he probably swooped in like a, I don't know what happened. I haven't been following the judge. I used to watch their live streams because I was just amazed by the fact they could literally sit there and just drink on a live stream and people would just donate to say crazy things. What is my Twitter? My Twitter is JPS. No, AP Show Joe, I believe, is my new Twitter. I got locked out of my old one. Could never think of the password. All right, but anyways, we got way off topic. Sorry about that, folks. Shout out to y'all for sticking with me. The Bombay, that's what it was. Oh, man. That's exactly what it was, a Bombay. I said a Ciroc. The Bombay, yeah, man. Hey, that's what it was. A freaking Bombay. Damn, where you was locked up at? Or, because I know D. Peasy did a video about that too. I remember seeing it. What did they call it? Because I think in California they were calling that shit something different. Jim Kim says, don't do the whole bag. 32 ounces still within a reasonable limit. Use decaf. Even caffeine overdose is still no joke. I watched that happen to Coffee Man. Coffee Man drank an entire 4-ounce bag of coffee in under an hour and literally projectile vomited and shitted at the same damn time. That shit was like this. And I was like, oh my God, we probably just killed this man. The Bombay, yeah, man. Yemi says Bombay is what it's called. Damn, that's crazy. I didn't know if maybe that's just nationwide then. You take your coffee and your soda and like some candies and mix all that shit together. You got your little Bombay. Hey, that's fancy right there. You drinking Bombays. You're drinking mixed drinks in prison. Because most dudes is just drinking water. You putting a Star Mint, a Star Bright Mint in your Pepsi. You just doing too much. You just got too much money. You got too much damn money. Let's get back to this commissary list and talk about, is it cheaper to go back to prison today than to remain free out here? Let's get back to the list. We got the cookies. They don't got much sweets. Let's see what they got for the sweets. So we've got the salt. Why? Oh, that's crackers. You got vanilla wafers. You can do a lot of things with those. These marinetta cookies. I've never heard of those. That's foreign to me right there. The chocolate chip cookies. I wonder if those are the famous Amos. Those are pretty good while you're locked up. Fudge dipped granola bars. You don't want anything fudge dipped in prison, nor Nutty Buddy. The Nutty Buddy bar, okay, Nutty Buddies is $2.70. We know that's for a pack of Nutty Buddies. Let's go ahead and run that shit up against Walmart like we're fighting spiders. Nutty Buddies. How much a pack of these costing? Oh, my God. My son is sick. My dude is in there sanding. Now, mind you, we've got a bunch of drywall work taking place in my house right now. My house is completely Dextered off. Where he's working is upstairs. My son's downstairs with the babysitter. And I just heard the fire alarms going off, and I know that's from the drywall dust. But my son is sick. I'll be right back. Sorry, I'm back. I had to deal with that. Sorry, had to deal with that. All right, the Nutty Buddies are $2.68 out here in the free world, and in prison they are $2.70. That's crazy. They're more expensive. And again, this commissary sheet is from a year ago. So, yeah, there's that. Whew. Yeah, I feel myself getting pretty damn sick. What else can you get in here? Let's look at the hygiene items. Boy, you can get you some SPF 50 in there. That shit's expensive. Look at that, $6.75. That probably lines up pretty well with prices out here in the free world. Shea Moisturizer Body Wash. God bless it, that shit's expensive. You got the baby powder. That's a major necessity. Do they sell the baby oil? Because in the state system, they do. We can get some tweezers. We can get some bandage strips. Where's the baby oil? Huh. They don't have it. Crazy. Anyways, what kind of shoes can you get? You can get the Reeboks, $46 for those. The Nike Renew Elevates, those are $80. Get you some sunglasses for $3.75. That's the cheapest sunglasses I've ever seen in my life. Those are pretty cheap. Is the baby oil here? I don't see it. There was a miscellaneous section. What they got over there? Could be under that. Miscellaneous. You get some greeting cards thinking of you. I wonder if those are actual greeting cards or if they're digital cards. A digital card just cannot hit the same. Oh, they got the Skull Candy earbuds. Those are only $13. They got the CL20 headphones. Those were my shit right there. Damn. It brings me back. Sort of makes me miss it a little bit. You can get a racquetball. You can buy one freaking racquetball for $6.30. Racquetball in the federal system is a major thing. Yeah, it is. Oh, God. We lost our mojo. I'm sorry about that. I had to go in there and check what was going on. It was my fire alarms going off because of the drywall dust. And my son is up. He's actually eating right now. Redskin Chris, you posted about those CL20s the other day over on the Facebook page. Yeah, man, that brought me back when I seen that. I was like, damn, man. Definitely not the police. Makes me wonder if you definitely are the police. I'm kidding. Shout out to you, man, over here. Joe back on Twitch. I'm actually getting ready to be back on Twitch in a major way. I've been debating putting the gameplay exclusively on Twitch. And I'm going to do it at least one time, and it might be the next time that we do the gameplay. And the reason for that is I need to test a theory. When we're streaming, we're multi-streaming, and YouTube doesn't seem to have a problem with that, but I think Twitch does. They're letting us do it, and you're supposed to be allowed to do it. But I want to just try to stream the gameplay, especially one time exclusively on Twitch, especially with the amount of F-bombs that we're dropping on that gameplay. That gameplay is insane. So, folks, if you didn't get a chance to see last night's gameplay, let me try to sell you on the fact that you should definitely go back and check it out. Folks, we was cooking meth in this game like in Breaking Bad. We had the RV and everything. And our boy Frankie had Jay Smooth cooking in an RV. And I blew up the cook. And then the SWAT showed up and one of our own third state's witness. And then we got locked up. I had 3 guns and a pound of meth on me. I was facing 1,000 years. But they had to take us to the hospital first because we was all shot up. And then we escaped. We took a freaking SWAT hostage. And we took his guns and we handcuffed him. And yeah, man. The shit that we're doing. I literally just put a long form video of the gameplay up on our gameplay channel, which is Prison Gaming RP. I don't even know the name of the channel. I created this channel just for the gameplay. What the frick is that channel called? Prison Gaming RP, I think is what it is. But that was a stream from a couple of, I'm like 4 streams behind in terms of trying to edit content for the gameplay. And Prison Gaming RP is actually the name of the gaming channel. Y'all should check that out. But anyways, the stream that I cut up, I mean, Jesus Christ. We get messed with by the police. They find out that we're wanted fugitives. I get handcuffed. We run. I'm running in handcuffs for 4 miles. I get away. I swim in handcuffs for another 4 miles. And then I get locked up because they find me in the casino. Because I can't stop gambling. Like, the gambling is huge in this game. And we get locked up and we got to go to court. We go to court and we're representing ourselves. And the court scene that we had in this gameplay is freaking, I mean, the court scene, we're representing ourselves. We get a chance to speak. The prosecution buries us. We're calling witnesses. We're in a courtroom in a video game. I mean, the stuff that we're doing, I think, is pretty dope. So again, if there's anything that I'm trying to sell you on, I would definitely be trying to sell you on the gameplay. Because that is a very important thing that I want to see us excel with. And we're building a community. We've, got great people joining this thing all the time, and it's just pretty cool. I'm going to get ready to wrap this thing up. I got to. I'll share this with you. I'm working on a lot of different things. So it's After Prison Show, Joe Does Stuff. Those are the two biggest things that I've got going on. And I have to be at this point because it seems like my painting business is all but over with. And that sucks. You know, I'm going to probably end up having to shut doors on this thing, and it's not what I want to do. And I am trying to get us more work. The problem is, you know, you got to get the work and then you got to bid the work at a price that makes sense. Because if you're out here doing the work for next to nothing, which is exactly what I'm advertising for right this second. I'm advertising for doing work where the customer can name the price. I mean, we're going to make video content out of it, you know, so hopefully that would make it worth our time. But, you know, it's just unbelievable. Literally, the deck staining job that I was sharing with you guys a couple of days ago, I think that we're getting that. I did hear from the contractor in regards to that. He doesn't seem too thrilled about our price being double what they originally thought the price should be. But again, that's an ass load of work. So it's like a damned if you do, damned if you don't. That's really the only thing that we potentially have. And there's not even a timeline on that. I might be out of business by time that job comes around. So I share that with you because I'm doing After Prison Show, I'm doing Joe Does Stuff, and not just on YouTube neither. My Instagram blew up. Follow me on Instagram, Joe P. Guerrero. I don't even post as much as I should be. My videos on Instagram do stupid numbers. And then Facebook, Leaving from Lowe's. Definitely go follow it. Don't even worry about the After Prison Facebook page. That one's shadow banned. My Leaving from Lowe's, Joe Does Stuff Facebook page. Definitely go follow that. That one's going viral right this second. And it's crazy because I got my hands in so much shit that almost every day I got viral shit happening on one platform or channel or another. And that's pretty cool. Something that might not do well on YouTube blows the fuck up on Instagram, or something that doesn't do well on YouTube blows up on Facebook. I've literally been dealing with situations like that from time to time. But the fact of the matter is no matter what I'm doing this. And I appreciate y'all for rocking with me for as long as you guys have, for however long that you guys have. And it means a lot, man. It means a lot. Oh, God. Torridge says, did you eat or drink today? I think that's in relation to the gameplay because I kept dying with your throat hole. Yes. Yeah, it's from the gameplay. Yes. WP says, don't shut the doors. Take jobs that you can do yourself. Only work certain days of the week so you can still record. I'm willing to do whatever. There's a lot of social experiments that I'm getting ready to be dabbling in, and I might put one of those into motion tomorrow. That is, and I've shared about those, so I won't bore you to death with those. So we'll see. I don't want to talk about stuff that may or may not happen, but Carl says, Joe, has anyone contacted you yet? Nobody outside of the deck job. Nobody outside of the deck job. And I'm advertising a bunch right this second. And I'm fine with it. Whatever it is, man. Whatever it is. Maybe I'll go try to get a job with that competitor and see what he's paying just to make some videos out of it. So, good deal, man. I want to thank each and every one of y'all for taking the time to rock with me here. Rock with me on Twitch. I appreciate that as well. Definitely not the police. Appreciate that subscribe right there as well, man. Just got back from Myrtle Beach, and Uncle Joe is on Twitch. Shout out to you, TSV. I see you right there. Yeah, man, those prices are insanity. Silverside Bro says, still probably definitely underbid that. Yeah, I already know, man. You already know. Already know. You guys have a great one. I was trying to have a video up for today. I had a really good video I was working on. I'm halfway through editing it, but I got to get ready to go take over for my babysitter. So I don't know that I'll get it up. And, yeah, man. Visual says you can always put the fries in the sack. I could. Not above it. If that's what it comes to, that's what it comes to. LS Davison, shout out to you, man. I love the skits. Man, I want the skits back, man. As soon as I get healthy again, because I'm sick right this second, as soon as I get over this little cold, I'm going in on some skits. Y'all have a great day. Thank you so much for taking the time. I'll look forward to talking with you guys again real soon. And until then,